Yo, yeah, it's been a while, and it's good to be back. I've been pretty busy the past few weeks. I just came back from Malaysia on a project. I would say it's the most ambitious and most difficult project I've worked on till now, but it was a lot of fun. Great experience. I'll show you how thick. I mean, this is just the storyboard itself. Like, look how thick that's the freaking storyboard. Everything went quite smooth, I have to say. Worked with four celebrities, or actually seven if you include. I mean, there was a girl group that consists of four members. I believe we shot around 229, I believe, frames. Can't talk too much about it because we're still in post-production, but it should be ready, according to the schedule, it should be ready by mid-August. So fingers crossed, everything goes well, because a lot of it was shot in studio on green screen. So right now, it can be a bit jarring working, like totally relying on visual effects, but fingers crossed. I've got a pretty good team, and yeah, I'm being as optimistic as possible for this, for the outcome. So fingers crossed, guys. I've been working on my long delayed passion project, so I'm in the planning stages as of now. So been speaking with a few key people, wardrobe and art department and stunt coordinator. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, just been quickly drawing some stuff up, as you can see. Ooh. Can't give too much away, but yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome if it turns out half of what I put down here on paper. Other than that, yeah, since coming back, I've just pretty much been binge watching Vikings. Been trying to catch up with some Netflix, and yeah, now I'm up to season 4. So yeah, it's fun. Other than that, yeah, my trip to Malaysia was great. Worked with a great team, great crew, and looking forward to be back soon. Today's episode is we're going back memory lane to when I was back at university. So basically, during my university days, I was strongly and heavily influenced by director Chris Cunningham. For those of you who may not know who he is, he's mainly known for his music videos. So back in the 90s, I know, sounding old here, but yeah, back in the 90s, you had the top music video directors like Spike Jonze, Michel Gondry, Jonathan Glazer, and of course Chris Cunningham. So out of the four, Chris Cunningham was my favorite. His work was a huge influence on in terms of visuals, in terms of the way he's just his weird and abstract visual storytelling. Yeah, so he mainly did music videos, but he'd also done a few TV commercials as well. So today we'll be diving into one of his TV spots. I'd love to dive into one of his music videos, but just because due to copyright. Yeah, I don't want this to be demonetized. So yeah, I would strongly advise you to go on YouTube and just check out his work. Even though back in the 90s it was a huge influence, you would see in today's in a lot of today's work, there's a lot of young directors and even films these days have been strongly influenced by his visuals. But yeah, he's been pretty silent for the past decade or so. Yeah, it's a shame because there was a point where he was going to direct a feature film, but then that fell flat. And yeah, I don't know what he's doing now. But yeah, would really like to know what he's up to these days, because yeah, he's one unique character, one unique director. So those of you who are new to this channel, I am a film director, mainly directing TV commercials. And this channel is basically for those of you who are interested in the film industry, and also for me to showcase some really creative commercials that are out there. I feel that people generally, when they think of commercials, is your typical cereal ads or toothpaste commercials, but there are some really amazing and cinematic and really creative commercials out there. So hopefully I can introduce you to some really creative and visually mind-boggling commercials that don't quite get the attention that they deserve, So yeah, that's what this channel is mainly about. On a plus note, this channel is a great tool for young filmmakers out there who really are curious about the industry, who want to get into the industry. There are certain routes you can take to getting into the film industry, and one of those routes is starting off with directing TV commercials. As I've explained before, Chris Cunningham was mainly known for music videos, but he has done some shorts and some TV commercials. Spike Jonze obviously has moved on to feature films. Michelle Gondry as well, Jonathan Glazer. So yeah, there are obviously different routes you can take into becoming a so-called filmmaker, but yeah, this is one of those routes. And also to mention, for those of you who watched Top Gun, Joseph Kosinski, I did an episode on him a few weeks back, so go check that one out. Probably one of the boxes here on the side. Yeah, he started off as a commercial director, and now he's doing feature films. Started off with Tron, and then Oblivion, and then now Top Gun, which is as of today, is the highest grossing film of 2022. I'm slowly trying to evolve this channel into something a bit more educational, hoping to help those who really want to get into the industry. For someone like for myself, it was kind of a struggle to get into where I'm at now, because I just had no access to anyone in the film industry. I majored in media arts, or aka fine arts, and and after I graduated, it was quite a hurdle to break into the industry, but here I am now, hoping to help those of you who are keen. It's a tough industry, but extremely, extremely rewarding. So, all right. Just before I play, just to let you know, I mean, these ads were shot like back in late 90s or early 2000s, and the resolution's kind of low. I think it's 480, I believe. Back then it was 4:3. But I have discovered these days that a lot of ads are starting to get back into the whole 4:3 fiasco. So I don't know if it's a trend or if it's staying. I don't think it's staying, but hey, to each their own. Okay, so this is Sony spot that he did for PlayStation, and so here we.
Let me tell you what bugs me about human undertakings. I've never been the human in question. Have you? Mankind went to the moon. I don't even know where Grimsby is. Land on your own moon. It's no longer about what they can achieve out there in your behalf, but what we can experience up here in our own time. It's called mental wealth.
It's a short one, kind of freaky, huh? Yeah, so he's not your average director, let's say. Once you dive into his work, you'll see a lot of weird, ambiguous. Yeah, it's really hard to explain, but yeah, you should really check out his work. Really amazing stuff. Also, you should check out. He did a short called Rubber Johnny. It kind of the visual style is kind of similar. I mean, there's this dude with a massive head, and it's just a wild visual trip. Chris Cunningham, from what I remember, he's from the UK, and back when I was at university, I was mainly into those mainstream action films. But once I got in and I started to mingle with more, let's say, arty farty people, I was introduced to some really creative stuff, and yeah, my taste had changed during the years I was at university, and yeah, I was Chris Cunningham again was one of those directors that really made a huge impact on the kind of style and look that I go for in films. I love his weirdness, his just something that's kind of out of this world. I love his way of editing. He has this way of editing where he kind of edits to the track or to the music, but then because of his work, I got into Aphex Twin and started to get more into like electronic kind of music. And another work of his, which I will not play the audio, but again made a huge impact to my filmmaking style. And again, for those of you who've been following me on this channel, you know that I'm a huge sci-fi buff, and he made this music video for Bjork, and even to this day the visuals are amazing. I would say it still looks photoreal, and you can see there's been a lot of it's influenced a lot of films that have come after I mean its release. Like what's that movie? I, Robot, and yeah, I'll just play it without the audio. Think of this as a bonus reaction. But yeah, I remember watching this like 100 times and here we go. So yeah, I remember watching this like 100 times. Just love the visuals, and the effects look so good even to this day. I mean, this was, I don't know when this was shot, but I remember watching a behind the scenes as well, and he was talking about how terrified he was playing with effects because he didn't know how the outcome would turn out. And of course, you got to understand also at this time, I mean, VFX were at its infant stage, so I mean, look at that. It's so cool. Like I can see there were some limitations at the time due to technology and stuff, because, you know, for a shot like this, you don't have the camera moving, which makes it, I guess, easier because there's no tracking and stuff. But it's seamless. Like I remember watching it behind the scenes, like these little arms and stuff that are moving, these little gizmos, all CG as well. And obviously they pre-composed Bjork's face onto the cyborg. Yeah. It gets a little sexual towards the end, so I'll stop when it gets to that point, in case there are some kids out there who may or may not be watching this channel. But yeah, look at the reflections, everything. It's so cool. I mean, and you can see its visual style has made a big has influenced a lot of films of today, and even some like animations and stuff I've noticed have taken have used this visual let's say blueprint from this Android. Okay. I said I'll stop on. All right. Another cool one you should check out. You should really check out all these music videos. There's one for Aphex Twin. I don't think it's called "Come to Daddy." Sorry, it's been like, I think, how was it? Oh my goodness, I'm showing my age, but it's "Come to Daddy," Aphex Twin. I don't think it's called "Come to Daddy." Let me just check. I don't want to make myself look like a fool. Aphex Twin. Is it called "Come to Daddy"? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, I thought it might have been called something else. Yeah, okay, it's called "Come to Daddy." Yeah, so check that one out. That one's really freaky. I think Chris Cunningham has a thing for big heads, big freaky heads. And like I mentioned before, check out Rubber Johnny. That one's super cool. Really good use of sound and editing. What other music videos can I recommend? Hold on, there's some other really cool ones. Oh, he did this one for, I think it's called Portishead. Oh, I'm sorry, it's just been so many years ago, where they shot the talents underwater, so the movements are like, yeah, it's as though they're underwater, or actually they were underwater, and then they place the actors in real environments. And I mean, I have seen films these days that have borrowed this idea. I mean, obviously there's Aquaman and stuff, and I think there was a Ricky Martin music video that used this effect, but I believe Chris Cunningham was the first to do so, using the whole underwater thing, blue screen, and then pre-composing those talents into a real environment. Yeah, just really cool stuff. There's this other weird one. I think it was like some I believe he had this other one. I think it was like some art installation or something, where there's like this monkey and he's got like several arms and legs, and he's like playing the drums, and yeah, it's really cool. You'll probably see it because I'll be editing it into this episode. But yeah, do check out more of his work. There's a ton of really cool work out there. And Chris Cunningham, if you're out there, please make some new stuff. We're all waiting. I don't know what the latest thing he's done. So yeah, Chris Cunningham. And maybe in a later episode, I may dive into the other directors that I mentioned, Spike Jonze, Michel Gondry, Jonathan Glazer. So yeah, do check those out. In the meantime, yeah, I'll be pushing out more episodes. You guys out there who are watching this for the first time, can click that subscribe button and give it a like and leave a comment. I'm sure there are those of you out there who are interested in the film industry or might have questions. I'm more than happy to answer them. Perhaps in a later episode, I'll probably talk more about some of my work and just my work around certain projects and how I deal with them, how to deal with clients and agencies. That's still a work in progress. But what keeps me going, what motivates me, what inspires me, what has inspired me in the past, which is this episode. Chris Cunningham was a huge influence through my work, and of course things have other things and other directors and other mediums have influenced my work over the years. But Chris Cunningham was definitely one of those directors who made quite a mark on the industry at the time. And I'll be talking more about more of my inspirations and people who have influenced me. On that note, also check out my other episode. I think it's here with Samuel Bennett. So Samuel Bennett is also a commercial film director who I would say, he's kind of like my mentor. Whenever I have questions or I'm stuck with something, I'll contact him and we'll have a chat. So go check that one out, because basically, it's just a one-on-one interview that we have, just a casual talk. Yeah, probably in a future episode we'll probably do another one, because that was a lot of fun. And go check out his work as well, because he's also an amazing director. Again, subscribe, go check out the links down below, Patreon, Instagram, all that good stuff. Check out my website if you want to check out some of my work. It's aswa_hand.com. Sorry. My Instagram is aswa_hand. So I'll see you in the next episode.